Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the channel. Today we've got a shorter video today, but I did already do a previous video on this 2021 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon 392 that's coming out, and it's like a lot of people are interested, and I believe that like previous video I did on it did get a decent amount of views. And in that video I was actually like ripping on it a little bit, but anyways, MotorTrend pretty much came out and they actually did their like first drive with this new 2021 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon 392, and it does look extremely impressive. There also is a lot of specs that I'd like to go over after showing you guys the video of their first drive. But before we actually get into that today, I did also just want to remind you guys that I'm doing my very first giveaway on the channel. We're pretty close to 1,500 subscribers on the channel, so once we get there, I'm basically going to be giving away $100 worth of my merchandise to one subscriber, and one subscriber only, and it's only open to my subscribers. So definitely go down there and subscribe. It's absolutely free. It helps me out a lot as a smaller YouTuber, and again, you can get yourself entered to win $100 worth of my merchandise for absolutely nothing. So now, taking a look at this article by MotorTrend, again, I'm going to be linking this down in the description below, so definitely go and be sure to check out this article. But again, there's like a lot of specs that I want to go over, but before we do that, I did just want to jump right into the video. So they're not really talking much or anything in the video, but it just shows the actual 392 Rubicon in action. Yeah, you can see the suspension travel in that one clip right there. And overall, I mean, it definitely is a very beautiful SUV. Classic Jeep styling, but the sound of that 392 is amazing. And yeah, even on the roads, like something I like with the newer Jeeps too is the running lights kind of on the front of the fenders, I guess there you'd say. But it's just overall, like, it's very simple. It does have obviously like all the modern technologies that you'd want in an SUV, but yeah, I mean, it's a Wrangler, so there's not much to say about its design, but it is still something that a lot of people do love, and it does look good. And one other thing that I did kind of mention is I really do like this like metallic dark blue paint color. I don't know if this is just going to be available on the launch edition or if it's actually available for all new Wranglers, but it definitely is something that I think really complements the body of that SUV really nicely. And yeah, let me fast forward actually to some of the other parts where they were kind of off-roading. Again, like as you can see right here, you get a couple, like a little still shot or whatever of the amount that the suspension, like the suspension travel, I should say. And yeah, I mean, overall, there's a lot to say about it for sure, but I mean, we kind of already know it. It's just really exciting to actually see it in action now. And I'm assuming this is actually the launch edition 392 that I previously did a video on, because again, I believe the launch edition only is coming in this paint color, and I'd have to assume that's what MotorTrend actually got their hands on, because just for, I guess, marketing reasons or whatever, like they would want to do this video with the launch edition and not just some regular random 392 Rubicon. You can also see the 392 badge on that hood scoop there. The bumper does look really nice. It's like this like matte finish. Pretty much all the secondary, I guess the secondary color you could say on this is like a matte black. Like all the details are in like a matte black, and then the primary color is that nice blue metallic finish. There's like the bronze wheels. I believe they're the B-Lock capable wheels with off-road tires. Yeah, the BF Goodrich off-road tires on them. I'm not entirely sure about the size of the tires, but again, that's probably in the specs up top when we look at those. I like the blacked out exhaust tips as well. Yeah, and I really like that badge, as well as I think they put that badge somewhere else. Over here you can see the different shocks, I guess, and springs that they put on it. Like your classic trail rated 4x4 Jeep logo. I feel like I've seen that on so many other different Wranglers, so I don't think that specific logo is special. So that's weird. Those exhaust tips aren't blacked out, but the ones that we saw previously were. And then there, of course, is the 392 Hemi engine. And I do really like those engines. I haven't actually done it yet. Obviously, I did do the Hellcat review on my channel, so I'll leave the link to that on top of the video right now. And I also did do a V6 Charger review, as well as a Challenger RT review, but I haven't gotten my hands on a 392 Charger or 392 Challenger yet, and that's definitely a vehicle that I really want to drive. And who knows, maybe I actually drive, the new 392 Rubicon or a 392 Durango in the future, but I don't know. I just feel like, the higher displacement, because the 392s are, sorry about that, but the 392s are, a higher displacement engine than the ones in the Hellcats, because the Hellcat, I believe, is just a 6.2 liter, whereas technically, 392 is like 6.4 liters or something like that. Again, all rounding off, but yeah, they're bigger displacement than the Hellcat engine, so obviously not as much torque because they don't have that supercharger slapped on it, but I would love to see it. And obviously people do it all the time, where they take the 392s and they supercharge them and they actually put down more power than the Hellcats, so that's pretty interesting. But anyways, moving on from, I guess, the aftermarket, or what you can do to this platform, now we're actually looking at the stock specs. So the stock specs pretty much going to be 470 horsepower, 470 foot-pounds of torque. I actually thought it would be a little bit less than that, but again, that's something else that was a little bit surprising to me, because I feel like some of the other 392 vehicles, maybe it's just the older 392 vehicles, they weren't putting out that much power, but again, that is something that's definitely really surprising. 0 to 60 time in 4.5 seconds, that's absolutely hauling ass, especially for a Jeep Wrangler. Quarter mile time of 13 seconds flat, and all-wheel drive convertible, which is kind of interesting because I'm almost certain that it's four-wheel drive. Go down in the comments and let me know whether it's four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, because this article is saying all-wheel drive, but I'm pretty sure that it is four-wheel drive, especially considering that it's a Wrangler. And actually, yeah, right in this picture you can see the front diff right there. I believe that's the front diff right there, the pumpkin. So I guess MotorTrend just messed up, the author just messed up or whatever, but it's not all-wheel drive. I'm almost 100% sure that is four-wheel drive. So yeah, and it does have a crawl ratio of 48:1, which is definitely very impressive. I believe also the gears were pretty steep to begin with, and I am almost certain that this is going to be a selective four-wheel drive, where it's four-wheel drive high and four-wheel drive low. Yeah, so it has the same 6.4 liter Hemi V8 and 8 HP 75 8-speed automatic transmission. Now that trans is also the same one that is in the Hellcat Challenger and Chargers, maybe not the newer ones, but the Hellcat Charger that I reviewed was a 2015. And I'm almost certain that that was the 8-speed automatic transmission that was in that car. And let me tell you, when I drove that, the thing shifted really smoothly. I was using the paddle shifters, and it was a very quick response time. I mean, the most delay that you got was from downshifting, but that's kind of standard when you're talking about automatic transmissions. But again, that trans is definitely proven, and as the article mentioned, it's also in the Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT as well. So it's a proven drivetrain between the 392 as well as the 8 HP 75 transmission. And obviously it is a very an exciting time to be a Jeep fan, to see this 392 kind of stuffed into Jeep here. And yeah, you could tell this thing is absolutely going to rip it up. And let me be clear, because in the first video I did talking about this 392 Rubicon, I was ripping it a little bit, simply because I still feel the price tag is just a little bit too much. Just overall, on these new Wranglers, I feel all trims are kind of overpriced. But besides that, I think this is going to be an amazing vehicle. And yeah, that 392 underneath the hood of the Jeep does look absolutely beautiful. And also now moving on to this picture, I'm assuming, yeah, alright, so this is the rear. Obviously you have that live rear axle right there. There's the drive shaft following it back. So now I don't see, oh actually yeah, I think that, yeah, again, I think that's that front differential right there. So I could be wrong. I'm almost freaking positive that this is a four-wheel drive vehicle. Obviously on the badge it says 4x4, so maybe, you know, just the author, I guess, working for MotorTrend confused it and, you know, just said all-wheel drive or whatever. But again, let me know what you guys think of this new 2021 Jeep Wrangler 392 Rubicon down in the comments below. And also, again, I am going to be leaving a link to this article. Definitely be sure to check it out, as well as definitely go check out the video yourself. And I do know a couple, like, either big name YouTubers or just big name, you know, car companies in general or whatever, have already gotten their hands on the new 392 Rubicon. So be sure to check that out as well. Hopefully, again, hopefully I can, you know, do some video on it in person and review it in the future. But yeah, that's pretty much it for today's video, guys. It's awesome to actually be seeing this 392 Rubicon actually in action, driving around, tearing up some sand dunes. So definitely, again, be sure to let me know what you guys think of this new 2021 Jeep Wrangler 392 Rubicon in the comments below. And like always, guys, thank you for all the support, and I'll see you guys in the next one.